size matters. Obviously, I'm not shopping on, and y'all know as quilters that it matters, and I know as a shopper that I don't fit in size 2 jeans, so obviously size matters on a lot of different topics. And each of the designers are going to share with you some of those things. We're handing out to you now quilt blocks, and what this all started was we gave each of the designers a very traditional block that's out there for free print, and challenged them to what would they do with that block. So that's what you're going to be seeing here. So I'm going to start with Kathy Schmitz.
Hi. Okay, so I read Lisa's email, and I thought I read it thoroughly. And I thought, I'm going to jump on this, get it done well before quilt market so I can be on the top of things. And my kind of theme this quilt market is red and white. And so I thought I'd go with the red and white. So that's my block in several different sizes. I made it to a pillow. And then I reread her email. It said, the finished square should be 18 inches. And this is 16 inches. So I thought, okay, well, I'll do it again. And I'll do it, maybe I'll change it up a little bit. Because she said, you can add applique pieces. So then I did this one. And I added the bird applique. And then I read her email again. And it said, please use your latest fabric line, which that was not. So then I did it again, out of the Red Robin. So in this case, the size that really matters is the size of one's brain. This is the that I have at this market. Oh, it's up there. And that comes in a book called Simply Red. It has 4 projects that all are with red and cream.
Hello, I'm Lori Simpson of Minnick & Simpson.
And I'm Polly Minnick, the other half, the non-sewing half.
And our block was a spool block, so I just did 5 spools, but set them like a 9-patch. And our fabric at this market is midwinter reds. It's lots of different reds and creams. And this is our quilt called A is for Apple.
Do we have it right?
No, that's the top right there.
There we go. It's really pretty, so we would like to hold it up right here.
Other way. Well,
We can always use it.
it's
It's all right.
And this will be a kit available through Moda Fabrics, already kitted for you. It's also available in our patterns.
And we have 3 other ones in our booth. And we have just arrived yesterday. We have a new book with Quilt Mania called Quilts and Rugs. And Lori and I got our shipment yesterday, and we only brought 1. But we're having a book signing Saturday at 11.
And Moda Notions.
Yes. And
And it's available in the hexagons, all your hexagon people. All die cut, laser cut hexagons. Thank you.
Hi, my name is Kari, and I'm from French General down in Los Angeles. So when I got Lisa's email,
The beat up Lisa session.
completely differently. I didn't realize that there was any size requirements. I
They don't know I send out different emails to different people. So I kind of pit them against each other all the time.
So my collection that's being introduced is called Josephine, and it's all inspired by the French general's wife, Josephine. And I tried to think of what would Josephine do with a block? What would she? And the only thing I could come up with is she might make a picnic blanket and take it out to her garden at Malmaison. So with my block, I made a picnic blanket, which is a 58 by 58 So that's the picnic blanket, and so this is our Josephine quilt, which has got lots of chocolate and reds and naturals, all inspired by fabrics that might have been found in her house, from her garden, all the fantasy flowers. Oh, sure, and well, it's called a strippy bag because we ran out of pieces, but it's just a little bit of everything. So we thought it would be fun. We were trying to keep Josephine in mind during the show, and what would Josephine do? We kept saying to ourselves. So if you love French General fabric, and if you would like to come by, we are in the designer section at the Moda booth, and we've made little Josephine hankies for everybody. So please come by and pick up a little hanky, and so you can remember the line. Thank you very much.
I'm Sandy Clark with American Jane, and my new line is called Potluck. It's a little bit of reproduction of a former line called Peas and Carrots. I've got tape measures in it, and for me, size didn't matter at all. Because all I could think of was that song, That's About the Size. Oh, everything comes in its own special size. I guess it can be measured by where you put your eye. It's so big when you're so close and smaller back a bit. That's about the size of it. So this is about the size of my block. And I put the alphabet letters in the center of my block. So this is I'm also in the Moda designer booth, so come along in the spring and you'll see many of us, but I've got several more quilts there. One of them using almost all of my solid pin dots. Those pin dots are just my favorite, but I'm finding out that if you don't order them, they discontinue a color. So be sure to buy a lot of them.
All the posts.
And you want to get those because they won't be continued if you don't order.
So Sandy also gave a very good example of why there's I think 28 different blocks. So there's blocks for all the designers that even aren't here. But this is the same block, but a combination of the different sizes and a combination of value placement within a block. And so you literally have the opportunity to take off, 20 different classes from all these different projects.
You'll see some of the pointy arrows are just replacing the light and dark rather than making the donut. So have fun with this block and all the rest.
Hi, I'm Joanna from Fig Tree, and I have a simple block that I did in a couple different sizes because I couldn't pick. Lisa sent us these great sheets and they are all in our booths where it gives you the block in like 6 and how to cut all the pieces for I think 6 different sizes. And then she resent them again to us a week later with one smaller block added. So I made the 3-inch block. But I thought that most of you probably couldn't even see it. So then I put it into a quilt with all of the little 3-inchers. But then I thought that might be a little too small for some of you. So then I just made an example of the next size up, which is the 6-inch block. And this is all out of our new line, Honey Sweet. So this is the 6-inch block, I believe. And then if you put 4 of those together, it looks like this. And if you, depending on how you place the fabric, it would all look completely different. And then it was kind of fun. So then I did the 8-inch block. I think it's the 8-inch. It might be like the 10-inch. It's the next size on the directions. And that's the block with the chain in there like that. And then 4 of them like this, and it forms a big circle like that. And so you can keep going. I think there's 3 more sizes on those directions, so you can make it really, absolutely gigantic. And if you come by the booth and tell me that you came to Schoolhouse, we're going to raffle this quilt off by the end of market, or by email, depending on how it works best. But if you come and drop off a business card and tell me you were at Schoolhouse, we'll raffle this off, and if you buy patterns, we'll put your name in 5 times. So, there you go. And the one quilt I'm bringing from my new collection is from Honey Sweet, is probably my favorite one, called Cherry Pie. And it's all pieced. It's a pieced block, like a 9.5, I think, pieced block. So it's 2 snowballs, and then that's just the the method where you flip and sew. Same with the leaves. So it's a real fun cherry block. Okay.
I don't think I was getting the same emails everyone else was getting. I made one block and I didn't do anything with it. And I made it too small the first time, so I made it bigger twice. And it's not 18 inches either.
No, we gave up on the 18 inches early on.
So anyway, it's in there. So here it is at 6. Sorry, I can't point to it. 6 in the middle.
Neil, you didn't say your name evidently.
Oh, I'm sorry. Okay. Just a minute. You don't know who I am yet. Okay, here's the middle. This is the 6-inch one, and then the 12-inch, and then the 24. So you could just kind of keep adding to it. So that's mine. And I am Camille Ross Kelly, and I'm sorry. I'm one half of Bonnie and Camille, and my mom couldn't be here this time, and I miss her. So she made the most beautiful quilts, and they're still in her half of the booth, and my quilts are in the other half of the booth. And I hope that you can come by and see them. And I got hers all situated. They're all approved via text, and she was happy with them. So I only took down one of mine, but hers are beautiful, so stop by. So here's one of mine, and this is called Surfside, and it is made out of a layer cake, and it's scrappy, and there's actually 3 different rows that you make, that you sew together, and it's just rotating, and that makes it like that. So anyway, make sure to stop by, and we'll see you there.
Okay, hello, we are Sweetwater. It's a mother-daughter team. I'm Susan, my sister Lisa, and my mom Carla. And I guess when I read the email, I thought we were supposed to talk about a personal story about size. So this morning we're getting ready and we're trying to come up with ideas. What are we going to talk about? And so we came up with a few ideas, and then I was doing my hair and I go, hey, and I'm going to date myself a little, but remember back when we were in high school and the bigger the better with the hair? I guess late 80s, I'll tell age, late 80s, early 90s. And for some reason my mom didn't join in the big hair groove, but it was all about hair. The bigger the hair, the better. You got your spiral perm first, and then you got your hot rollers, and then you got your comb, and you started teasing, and the more hairspray, the better. So that's my big story. But back on to quilts. We had the Friendship Star Block, and my mom made this quilt, and just 4 different sizes of the blocks made it into a very simplistic quilt. So that was our block quilt. And our new line of fabric is called Road 15. And we had people submit their addresses to us, and then if you submitted your address to us, it would be printed in the fabric, hopefully. The name of this quilt is called Sunnybrook Lane. Sunnybrook Lane, sorry. And that was somebody's address, but we just love that name. So the name of this quilt is Sunnybrook Lane, and come see us down in the Moda Designer block.
Whoa. Apparently no one reads Lisa's email.
No. I read the first 3 lines, and it said diamonds and size matters. Well, I'm Barbara Rose, Mary Jacobson, me and my sister design. Our new market group is called Giggles. We've got lots of fun new quilts in the booth and a new tote bag. We also have a new book for leisure arts. If any of you are familiar with our first 3 Times a Charm book, we have more 3 Times a Charm. So we'll be doing a book signing in the Moda booth at 3 o'clock on Saturday, if anybody's interested in that. But some people did read the email.
18 inches. Okay, but I did 3 of them. First one. So I had trouble keeping them in blocks. So I used it kind of as a border. What's the second? Oh, this was diamonds. Pink diamonds and yellow diamonds. And they're radiating out. So can they see what this is? Yeah, that's what their block is. Yeah, that's diamonds. And this is just bejeweled, just little ones. It was cute, so I like them. But yeah, I did read it, honestly. I thought it was really clear.
And one of our new patterns is called On the 45, and there's 2 quilt projects in it that are all made using your 45-degree angle on your ruler. And this is one of the quilts from On the 45.
And let me explain the 18 inches. when we did first first start doing this, I mean, how cool would it be just to do a big sampler of 18-inch blocks? And so that's really what my intent was when I sent that out. It could be an 18-inch pillow if you only wanted a quick class. It was pillows. It could be, you know, a combination of all these things. And if they kept it with 18 inches, then it'd be easy to throw it together into like a block of the month or a sampler. So a lot of the other ones I did let break the rules and say just do whatever. And so anyways, we don't pay attention. That's all there is to it.
My name is Pat Sloan. Whoops. Ooh. And I read all the emails. And I still probably did it wrong. But I have actually a little story because I've written like 15 versions of what I'll tell you about size matters because I couldn't figure out what to tell you. So my block is called the Turnstile. So that, okay, I will tell you that the size of the turnstile you go through does matter. How many of you have gone through a turnstile? Yes? Okay, how many have gone through and not made it to the other side? Exactly. Size matters. I did that in the New York Metro and spent one 15-minute time period in isolation waiting to go through until they let me try my ticket again. So my block is called the Turnstile, and I repeated it 3 times to get an 18-inch block because that was one of the memos I read. And you see the gray goes out, this is the block that has the gray in it, but then I use the background here too. And I think it's sort of like when you do 4 of them, I'm going to do a top because I'm not overachiever yet to get them done. But I'll keep turning it so it'll look like a great big, right? Yes, I know you can all see that really well. So this is what the patterns look like. So eventually then my block will be like pictured here. There'll be a drawing of it. Yeah, just like that. So my fabric line, yes I do have fabric too. My fabric line is called Bobbins and Bits. It is, has a little bit of sewing things in it. It's cottons and batiks. This is one of my 4 new patterns showcasing the fabric, and those are 15-inch blocks. But this is all in the batiks. I also am wearing an infinity scarf, which I made 3 hours before getting on the airplane yesterday. And this is printed salvage with words. So, make do and mend, so happy, made with love. I run with scissors. All kinds, 3 different colorways. And I'm in the designer studio area as well, so come visit me.
Hi there, I'm Vanessa of B&Co. And I'm not going to lie, I didn't even read the email. So I just went to the bottom part with the PDF and I started making blocks. So this is my block and it's the first little one. And I don't think I even got the second email that went to 3 inches, so I would have done the other one. And then, so I wanted to showcase it a little bit larger, and so I made a larger block. And then, because I always like to break rules, I said screw it, and then I went and made
Can y'all see that in the back?
Wow, that's really
So
nice.
this is my fabric, the ombre fabric, and I did half square triangles. And I will be giving that on the instructions on that on the blog as well. And I just took my first 6-inch block and I glued it up to, I don't even know what size this is because I can't remember. There's too many over here. So, and my line is called Simply Style. And this quilt is my kaleidoscope, and it showcases every single fabric in the line, and it uses the fat quarter bundle, so it even goes around with the binding, so it uses as much of the fat quarter bundle that you can use. And thank you.
Sandy Gervais, and my pattern company is Pieces for My Heart, and I'm in booth 804, right across from Moda. So if you'll stop in, my new line is called Soho Chic, and I have I think 8 or 9 new patterns using all of the cuts, the charms, and the jelly rolls, and the layers, and every cut that they made, I made a pattern to go with it. And the name of my block is Railroad Crossing, and of course the theme is Size Matters. And Emma and Anna were going to lunch together, and they were stopped at a railroad crossing waiting for the train to pass, And Anna said, oh, I am just feeling so fat today. I must be retaining fluid. I'm into my 00 jeans. I had to wear my fat jeans today. And Anna said, oh, I'm feeling so good because I'm in my skinny jeans, my 6X's. I'm just feeling really good. You see, Anna is an ant and Emma is an elephant. That's what size matters. So anyway, I took the railroad block and I made it in the smallest size, the 3-inch, and then, is this a 6-inch? Yeah, a 6-inch. Put them together with a little bit of rail fencing to make 18-inch block. And this is going to be in a block, right? We're going to do this.
Yeah, in September, mid-September, when all these fabric groups
and
ship
then
out
I will
to
do a
store.
project using this colorway and this block. Well, then we did the same idea in 4, 8, and 12. And it's all this same block. And if you turn it, you got this, and you turned it again, and you combine the two, and you got that one, and then we put these around. So it's all the same block, just in different sizes, turned different ways, so that you got the different configurations of the block. And that's available in my booth, and that's just a single sheet pattern to put it together in that size. Come see us at my booth at 804.
Hello, I'm Lisa Bonjean from Primitive Gatherings, and our booth is 803. And I did read the memo. Oh, now I see what she was doing. But size to me matters as a shop owner because to me it seems that they either like it really little or they like it really big. So there's no kind of in between that I find. I like to do things little miniature or big, and I have 2 examples. So this is my 18-inch block. So here I did the 3 inches because when you have this in your booth, they have to sit there and stare at that because it's just so adorable. All right, and that keeps them in there longer, so hopefully they'll find something else in our stores, right? And this is, I don't really have a market fabric, this market, but I had a before, pre-market, and I have an after. So this is the after, and just a little sneak peek of it is here. You can come see that in my booth. It's cheddar and bubblegum pink and red and green and some tans, and then a whole bunch of shirtings. So it's really not quite ready yet, so that's something you can look forward to aftermarket. But the flannel line, which was the pre-market, so hopefully you've ordered tons of this fabric because you're going to sell tons of them, because my new book coming out with the fabric line in July is called Flannel Gatherings, and this is easy quilt. I piece this in a day, and then the quilting kind of elevates that, right, to something more spectacular. But these are quilts you can give away as graduation presents and wedding presents and stuff like that, so that's kind of what the book is all about. And I have a couple, oh, how can I say this? I need your help. I need you to help me name a quilt that's going to be in the book. So if you drop your business card with the name of the quilt, your name of the quilt might be in the book. So I need your help with that. And then also, because we don't have the books here, we're going to run a special in the booth. If you buy 12, you're going to get a 13th book free of Flannel Gatherings, okay? All right, did I do everything? I think so. Thank you very much.
Did you read the email? I read it. Okay.
Hi, my name's Deb Strain, and my new group is called Family Tree. And so I guess size matters depending on how big your family is. And in my new group, I wanted it to be a family tree that you could actually create to keep and give to your children. And so the panel is a tree. And then, depending on the size of your family, that determines how many birds you will be sewing and appliquing into the tree. There's also a place for you to put your family name. And so that's how size matters here. It depends on the size of your family.
Can I tell you what I had? We had an idea back at the Dallas offices. If you put them on with Velcro, it's a lot more flexible.
I love that. Yeah, and Barb from Coach House Designs made this into a table runner then.
sorry.
And I think, yeah.
Doesn't matter.
It doesn't matter.
Hey, I'm a blonde, I wouldn't know the difference.
And then I usually, I paint, I always stand up here and I'm so embarrassed and I feel so inadequate because I paint and I don't quilt. And Lisa is always so kind enough, she makes the blocks for me. And then I stand up and, well, I said, I think I can do this, Lisa. And in the back of my head, Mrs. Prosser, my Busy Bees 4-H advisor, was saying, you can do this, you can do this. So I sewed my own blocks. And I remember the seam ripper well again, too. But I did one, and I had so much fun. I thought, wow, this is why there's a quilt market. This is what they love. And I did. I had such a great time, and then I had another glass of wine, and I did another.
Yeah, and maybe the size of the glass of wine matters. Okay, I'm Jan Paddock from Jan Paddock Quilts, and my new line is called Crossroads. And I didn't come up with that name, Cheryl did, because where I live is Cameron, and we're at the crossroads of the nation. I-35 and I-36 cross right at Crossroads. So. But I got the heart block, and I read the emails, and I just made an 18-inch block. And now wait, who's got the 100 by 100? Was that? This is. Where is
He's
it?
not
Right
here.
side
Don't
up?
worry about it.
Okay, it's this way. It goes this way. This is 98 by 98, and it was inspired by the reds, greens, and tans in the block. And I think. Lisa, don't you have one that's 100 by 100? She beat me. This one's only 98 by 98. So. My father was in the Army, and my father-in-law, he was career Army. My father-in-law was career Navy. Eagles are always very dear to my heart. So
it's a block of the month?
This is a block of the month pattern, yes. I didn't think anybody would want to try to do all those eagles in one.
I'm Ann Sutton, and I'm with Bunny Hill. And if you're with Bunny Hill, size matters if you're a petite pattern. So this is the new little group of thoroughbreds that we have. And they're little. So in this case, size definitely matters. I would not be wanting to make a large thoroughbred horse. But if you love horses, this is an easy, simple pattern for you. And they're like 3 by 5. They fit into a little car and shoot a card. She's our newest petite. Now, the other way size matters is in your emails that you get. And I have to tell you, Lisa's emails are really long. I mean, they're really big. They go on to like 2 pages, because half of the first page is probably just designer names. So usually when I get one of her emails, I skim read it real fast. She sends them out very early, like 3 months before market. So
not anymore.
No, we stick them in this. I have a little folder on the side of the computer, says Lisa. I put it in there, and then maybe a week before market, I say to somebody, "Could you get me that email on size matters?" So I thought all this time I had the turn dash block, but apparently I had the puss in the corner block. So it was a good thing, really, that I didn't look at that until a week before, because I went ahead and put the puss in the corner. Oh. So this is my block. And what we're going to do is put this together. Since we didn't have time, we're making a larger quilt out of this. 4 of these blocks put together with sashing in between. And I don't know what's going to go on the border yet, but it will be a free pattern from Bunny Hill. So you'll be able to find it on my website. And if any of the shops want it, just email it to me. I'll be glad to give you a PDF. You can print out whatever you'd like to do. So these are the 6-inch blocks and the little 3-inch, and it's not quite finished.
So what's that line of fabric?
Oh, this is, I'm sorry, this is Celebration, which is what all of these horses are out of, my newest line of fabric. So we have some bright colors in this one, and still some soft pinks. And the softer colors. But the horses were really fun because what you do with their hair is what makes them cute. Their mane. Thank you.
Okay, so I'm Shara. I'm with Basic Gray. And apparently we got the email, but we decided we come from scrapbook world, so we're going with 12 inches. Same as scrapbook paper. So this is our block with our cute little, we were going to make it a quilt, but we kind of ran out of time because we didn't decide to read Lisa's email till the last minute anyway. And then this is our new line. It's called Sweet Serenade. And we kind of went the aquas and the corals and the blacks and browns that are really popular right now. We have we kind of went a modern direction a little bit with this one, and we have a very cool star quilty quilters kind of quilt in our booth as well.
And then here's the back, the fabric is on the back too.
It's a cool chevron print.
Hello everyone, my name is Edita Sitar. I design for laundry basket quilts, and today I wrote a speech for myself, simply so Lisa does not take me down the gutter with size matters.
Hey, these are the two we designed the whole program around because we knew they'd have so much fun with this.
And I did not want to disappoint her, but keep my ladylike behavior. When I received the email with the theme of Schoolhouse sessions, size matter, and my blog, Simple 9-patch, for some reason I had a grin on my face. Just take a look around, and surely we must all believe that bigger is better. In big gold, Big Mac, big money, big deal, big news, and everything else we know as big, society says that size matter. Look at this farmer's market quilt. This is just a group of my blocks made from my big stash. As quilters, I know that size is relevant. Just look at this quilt. I have incorporated many different size blocks in it, and while they might not all want to fit, I was able to make it happen by adding sashing or trimming. This square, now the next quilt that you will see yet, was the one that I was assigned as square, a simple 9-patch. This square is smaller, then the next one is bigger, then the last one is biggest. But really, is any one of those squares any better because they are bigger? Our design sense tells us that pleasing quilts, no matter what their size, artfully blend both big and small. In fabric patterns, we mix up mini prints to go with big florals. We piece tiny squares with large ones right next to it. And whether our work occupies an entire wall, the top of the bed, or small entry table, whatever we make matters no matter what the size is. This is exactly the same block, just putting a smaller quilt than the large one. As I play with my 9-patches, I decide to consult with my husband Michael on the size matter topic.
Hey, little lady, let's go. What do you think about ready?
He looked at me, and as a poke in my chest, he said, "Don't you know that the only size that matters is the size of your heart?" He is so right. How could I miss that? For every cut we make, for every stitch we take, for every seam we rip, and every needle we thread, the quilts we make grow bigger by the moment, not for the size, but for what we put into them. Pieced depending on our feelings at the moment, stitched to the rhythm on conversations with friends, and connecting us from one generation to another. Our quilts are sizable measurements of our souls. Size does matter. In the magnitude of this caring, giving, quilting community. People come together from all over the world and all walks of life with special reasons to create. My new collection of Moda's fabric, called Hope Chest, is big. Not in a physical sense, but rather the big possibilities that it holds. Size in fabrics, potentials to feel creativity and ideas. I hope that the look and the feel of Hope Chest collections inspire you to play, invent, and share your whims. Release your inner self and celebrate your life stories in sensitive blues, timeless rusts, rich golds, and heartful reds. Hope Chest fabrics capture the range of passion and emotion that sizable impact any fabrics makes. I just can't wait to see what you do with it. And if you would like to, please come stop by my booth at 705, and I will definitely make sure you are inspired. Thank you. A new book that I'm going to do book signing that it's releasing this spring market. It calls Seasonal Silhouettes. Our fabrics, our Hope Chest collection, and this last quilt had a little bit of everything that is in it. Beautiful batiks and prints to go together. We have new patterns and new laser cut blocks for you. So come over and visit us. And I will share my Michael with you.
Hello, my name is Brigitte Heitland from Chic, from Germany, and my newest collection is Barcelona. And now about size matters. I read the email. Well, I have to read it twice or 3 times, or 4 times, or 5 times, until I get the meaning of it. So I get the meaning that I have to design a block which shows different sizes in one thing. So that is, does anyone tell me how the traditional name of that block is? I don't know. How is it called?
It is called, oh, we can put the name on that.
Okay.
I think we made up a name.
Okay. What I have made is, that is the 6-inch block. And then I made an 18-inch block too, and I overlaid the 18-inch block with 4 6-inch blocks. So you have a big framed window.
Actually, I think it's called like Texas Crosswalk or something, or Texas something, which I thought was unusual that we gave you that block from Germany.
we have no traditional German blocks, that's why. So now about the story why size matters. Actually, I could tell you a little thing about how seats in an airplane, the size matters when you have to fly for 26 hours, but I think that's kind of boring for you. So I allowed myself, as a non-native, to get outside of the rules and to translate size into the German word, which is Größe. And when I translate Größe back to the English language, then I have 2 choices. The one is size, the other is greatness. And I decided for greatness then. So, what about greatness when I think of Barcelona? When I stepped outside the airplane, I fall in love at once with this metropolis. It is just great. And what does this city makes so fabulous? It's the art and the design. You find everywhere inspiration. And the person who has the most impact on this town was, of course, Antonio Gaudi. And Antonio Gaudi is just a genius. And I thought by myself, well, every one of us is a kind of genius. aren't we? We have gifts inside, we have hidden gems, and it's about us to have the courage to show that up and to share it with the world and to contribute. And so I created something for you, which is called Shine Through. Shine through the darkness and show your hidden gems. And this is my quilt, Shine Through. When I was in all that wonderful buildings of Antonio Gaudi, and this is inspired by the cathedral windows of Sagrada Familia, then you feel what you have inside to share. And I want to encourage you that you have just what is called in US the urge to show it. So this quilt is easy to make, and I hope you love to use my fabrics as a gradient and explode your talents. And it's for the shop owners, the practical thing is it's just a layer cake and a background fabric, and it's easy to kit, and your customer is served very quickly with this quilt. The next one I created is called Clarity. While I used in the black quilt very straight line quilting, I now want to show the fancy and floral patterns Gaudi often used in his buildings, and this one is quilted very flowery. Again, using just a layer cake and a white background fabric, and easy to kit. And for this quilt you can create additional sales if you recommend for a circle rotary cutter, because that is about 120 circles to cut, and it helps. The next one which I want to show to you is called Pure. And I had the traditional quilter in mind, which the quilter who is very experienced and loves to show her skills, and those unusual angles in the on-point blocks with very sharp corners are not so easy to match. So this is more a challenging block, but on the other hand, well, who cares if the corner really matches, because in the end it's just a zigzag line. So also a layer cake, and then 4 naturals in combination. This and 4 more quilts are in my booth. It's booth number 922, and we have all the patterns available there. Thank you.